Good evening, everyone, and Johar. Greetings from the many voices of India's 705 tribal communities. My name is Swati Sushmita Lakra, and I come from the Oraon tribe in Jharkhand. Welcome to Tribal's Future, the second edition of Tribal Design Forum's month-long celebration of contemporary tribal imagination. Over the next 15 days, we will showcase artists, designers, architects, scholars, and knowledge keepers whose work carries the wisdom and spirit of their communities into today's world. This is a space to see and feel the power of tribal worldviews and to recognize the deep values of indigenous knowledge in shaping a more caring future. Our speaker for today is Shyam Murmu. Shyam Murmu is a visionary entrepreneur from the Santhal community, hailing from Ghatshila, Jharkhand. With a background in computer science, Shyam seamlessly blends his passion for technology with a deep commitment into tribal culture, history, and tradition as well. In 2013, he co-founded santhaliedisom.com, a platform dedicated to celebrating the Santhali community. Through insightful articles and innovative e-learning portals for teaching Santhali language and etc. His contributions to the Old Chiki script are remarkable, having designed multiple fonts and collaborated with the Netherlands-based type design foundry called Typotheek to advance research on his script. Shyam's impact extends to the Kuruk Bana script as well, where he designed its font, created the first Android app for typing Kuruk on smartphones, and played a key role in its Unicode standardization proposal. Beyond this, beyond his technological innovations, Shyam serves his community as well as a computer faculty at success tutorial classes in Ghatsila, empowering rural students to excel in competitive examinations. Currently, he is an active member of the Tribal Design Forum and is pouring his energy into his startup, Galang, a venture that promises to bridge technology and tribal heritage. So, Shyam's work is a powerful reminder that innovation can amplify tradition and helps to build a sustainable future. So, Shyam, the floor is all yours.
Thank you, Shanti. Thank you for a very nice introduction. And hello, everyone. Perhaps you have seen me earlier as a host, but today I'm a speaker. And thank you, Tribal Design Forum, for giving me this opportunity to present how the tribal world is and how I discovered the tribal world and what is the contemporary form of tribal world right now. So I'll begin with presentation. Swati, is it visible?
Yes, it is visible, Shyam.
Thank you. So, Johar to everyone. And I'm Shyam Murmu, and I belong to Santhal tribal community here in Ghanshala, Jharkhand. So, Johar is a greeting that we greets to guests, friends, family, ancestor, and especially the bongas, the gods, the spirits. So, our way of greeting to a human and to a god spirit are both same. There is no difference, and that's how like we treat. We treat our god like our guest, and we treat our guest like a god. So moving on, uh, as you can see, so basically, right now I'm a freelance web developer. I am type designer, and I have been a culture conservationist, and now I'm also project lead of Galang, my startup project. And I'm living in Ghatshila, Jharkhand, and I'm a Rusika Santal. So what Rusika means? Rusika means someone who's very fond of songs, very fond of music. So my people at my village, they named me Tamak Rusika. That means the one who plays drum very well and can playing the whole night. Okay, so Jharkhand. So let me tell about Jharkhand. So Jharkhand, like it is in the eastern side of India. The green portion you can see is Jharkhand, and my hometown, Ghatshila, uh, the very small red dot you, you could see. So Ghatshila is basically home to Santhal tribe and Munda and Bhumish tribes, and Ho also. And Santals are the third largest tribal community in India, and our population resides mostly in Jharkhand, West Bengal, Odisha, Assam, Bhutan, Bangladesh, and Nepal also. And we have a distinct language and a script for writing, that is Oljiki. And the Santali language was it was the first tribal language to be enlisted in the 8th schedule of the Indian constitutions. And therefore, like Santali is also recognized in the 22 official languages of India. And we have a very distinct culture, heritage, traditions, and history. And we are very well known for our artistic creativity and sustainable practice, like be it our lifestyle or anything. So what makes us Santal? So if I talk Santal ki, what makes Santal a Santal? Okay, so it is the traditions and custom, the traditions of of our festival, tradition of our food habits, traditions of traditional institutions like the self-rule system, the self-governing systems are there, and the language, Santhali language that we speak, it's an Austro-Asiatic family, and our culture is very distinct. And sustainable living, we live in a mud house. We paint our house with the natural colors. And in our region, there are various types of soils, red soils, yellow soils are there. And that is what is our artistic creativity is, and our orators, our folk songs, our stories, and our knowledge systems, how we incorporate everything around us together and live together by it. And a very special features of Santals are the kinship and the clanship. Like I belong to a Murmu clan. So Murmus, there are basically 7 clans in Santals. Murmu is among one of them, and the clanship system is very strong. And every 5 years and 10 years, each clan celebrates their own festival, like where they worship their clan spirit. And we have a script, Ojiki, and this the photo, and we celebrate our script not only on papers but more on our walls. So this is a typical picture of Santhal house, and it was captured by Shweta. This place is near to my village, and the glyphs, the characteristic, you would be able to see, on the borders in the wall. That is the old Chiki characters. Yeah, yeah. So that's everything like that makes a Santhal a Santhal. But Santhal was not our term. Our people, we used Hod. Hod is our term. Santhal was basically, it was termed to us, just because like we were very peace and calm community. Like we don't like very easily gets into fight. So yeah, so and the one more thing is Santal, the word came out from the word Sauta. In Santali, Sauta means people who lives together, who lives in a community. So that is also a reason like why we were termed Santal. But our people, how we refer each other by using the word horde. Are you a horde or not? Like if he's a horde or not. Okay. And this is like the overview of a typical Santhal village that you would be seeing like once you come here. That is a typical picture of every Santhal village. And everything is there. Like it is nature, the fields, the structure of house, everything, and the ponds surrounded by everything's are interrelated. Each elements have their own stories, and they are very interlinked in the daily lives of a common Santal. So coming back to about me, what like as Swati mentioned, I had started this 2013, I started this website, santalirisam.com. So in 2013, I started the website, santalirisam.com. And at that time, there was an incident. I was searching something on Santal. Okay. So then I came to read an article. And that article was very badly written. The Santals were very badly misrepresented it. There was a very bad comment on our marriage systems. Santas, like they are kind of savage, and there is like no existence of marriage and stable relationships. So it was very badly portrayed. Then I thought, ki, why? Why is this happening? Then I realized ki people who do not have any lived experience of Santhal life and are people who come as a researcher who spend just a month or weeks in an area, then they publish such articles that doesn't accurately portray Santhal. So then I decided ki I should open a website and I should write about myself. But then I had a questions. Ki I'm not a professor. I'm not an academia. I do not have any academic background. So will that be considered as authentic and genuine? Like, am I eligible to write? But then again, one thing hit me. Yeah, at least you would be better than those academic person who come and go and write such a bad thing. At least you're a person from the tribe, and whatever you like, whatever you say would be considered as more authentic and more genuine. So I started this santhalibisom.com in 2013, and then the website, I mean, I got a very good response from around the world. And at that time, I had got an email from a US. There's a person, Joel Minton. He mailed me he wants to learn Santali. So are there any materials or books from like where he can learn Santali? And I noticed on the website there was more, almost 30% of the users used to be from outside the India. They used to be from Germany, US, Indonesia, and they wanted to know something about Santal tribes and about the language. Then I thought, ki, okay, better I would be focusing on writing some book of how to learn Santal. But then I thought, ki, if I write a book, how would I be able to distribute it? So then I thought, ki, okay, I will create a portal. So I started looking for open source, this web applications from where like I could modify codes and have ready Santal's own online language learning thing. So that's how like it started. So in 2014, I finished that and I started that. At that time, I'm very glad that one of the Times of India correspondent, Kelly Kisleya, and I'm still very thankful for her. She noticed my work. Actually, I had posted from January they're going to be e-portal soon started. I mean, to learn Santhali language, and it got her attention, and she called me and she asked me what it is. And then I told her all the stories, and the next day they published the articles about me, and then after like many the daily Hindi newspapers, they also like published this news, and which made me very uncomfortable. Why people are why people are talking about this, why people are talking about me. So at that time, it was very uncomfortable for me, and because I was a teen at that time, and the response was very good. But the thing that I remember was the most beautiful thing to me was I was not someone who has very extensive knowledge in Santali language. I was the person who was born in a tribal village, but he was brought up and later education happened in a far away, far away from his native place. So my all educations, I was brought up in Jhansi, Uttar Pradesh. So when I was 2 years old, I was taken with family, we have to move to Uttar Pradesh, and there, I had to forget the language to learn Hindi, and then I learned Hindi, and I completely forgot this Santali language. And after like very long years, when we came back to Jharkhand, it's a long thing. Then I decided to learn language, and I learned it in on my way. So whatever I had designed at that time was all in my way, which people very much appreciated. Yeah. So that was in 2013. And like this is about some graphs, stats key. Till now the websites have generated over 10 millions page views. The US and Indonesia, and there was I think the fourth region was near to Germany. That were the regions who were the top most visitors. of the websites. Then in 2016 and 20, in 16 and 19, I thought of Olchiki. So when I was learning language, I also learned the Olchiki script, the Santal's own script to write in their way. So at that time, there was only one typeface. You know, there wasn't much styles and design were there. So I decided, I thought, okay, there is no design, no typeface. So I searched on Google which software is used to design the font, and I do not have like any formal educations in designs and nothing. I just thought, okay, whatever okay, I can do, I'll just try to create. And it took me around 3 years to come up with these six typefaces for Chiki. And only half of them I have published on the website. Rest I have kept it for myself. I'll be soon releasing like when I feel. Then in 2016 and 19, that was the same time when I got to meet Vasudev Thalko. He's from Urao tribe in Odisha, and he was the inventor of Kuduk Banna scripts. And I also got to meet officials from their, this traditional organization like Padha. Padha is a traditional institutions of Urao people. So I got to meet them, and then they told me they have a scripts and they're looking for a designer who can design, this fonts for them. And but they asked in market, but in market the prices are very high. It's above 5 lakhs, and they were not able to afford it. So they asked me if you could do it, then I just did it for them, and I also taught them how you can also design. So that helped a lot, and in the pictures you can see the impact of that initiatives. When we designed more fonts, when we designed in a more beautiful ways, people like something more attractive. So people took it in a very different form. Some people made this necklace of this coins and the Kuduk Banna scripts inscribed on the coins, and the women wearing it. And in the other picture, you would see there are people holding a frame. So that is picture of marriage, and the girls who are gifting that frame to couple, they're actually giving them a certificate. So that is not a photo frame or something. That is a marriage certificate, which in Urao community, like they give to the couples. So in their area, they have a dhumpuriya. So that dhumpuriya, they were giving that certificates to them, and the whole certificate was designed using the Kuduk Banna fonts. Okay, and then later on, people took it in more other ways. People designed it on their bed sheets, on saris, on wall. And then this moment came where it encouraged people to publish more books in Kuruk, and then it also ignited them for uh, the fight for the inclusion of Kuruk language in 8 schedules. And in the third pictures, like where you would be seeing the people are standing by the tables, and so like they have started campaigning for their script. They used to organize kind of boot camps where young people from the community could come and learn the scripts. And on the upper side, like there are people like who are on road rallying for inclusion of Kurban scripts. And so that was the impact of this designs when we designed a lot of things, and also the applications. Because at that time, the Kurban script, uh, it was not Unicode standardized. So it was not possible to have them typed in mobile phone. But me with help of my friend, we we found some other ways so that the people could type the font in their mobile phone. So at that time, when people were able to see the scripts on their phone and the books and on the coins, people are seeing it on a bed sheet. So it kind of like very much encouraged them and take proud like in their identity. And until now, it started in 2019. Until now, every year they do this rally, and the rally concludes with a cultural fest. And the other very emotional account that I remember, the, uh, during the rally, the organizer had also invited me to join. I had some other work, so I could not join. So they told me ki, there is an old lady from my Balasore. From Balasore, there's a very old lady of 80 years old, and she came to the this Raulkela Sundargarh, for the rally, and she was 80 years old. So she told them, yeah, I'm 80 years old. And when I got to see the scripts on books and on the points, I was very much happier. I was very much happy. So I came to join you because I'm very happy that in futures our kid would be able to read in their own language. And this is the way, like, while the cultures and the language are dying, fading away, the the children could also take pride, like, in their own identity. So that account was very emotional to me. This was such a very impactful work that I did with the Padha, especially the Ramchandra Khalko and Vasudev Khalko of All India Kuruk Padha Yuvak Sangh. I mean, that organization and the people there are doing fantastic. So moving next, in 2024, the good news came. The formal proposal to standardize Kuruk Banna in Unicode, it was accepted, and the things are still going. Technical committee has approved it. Now it is taking its further course. So, but in 2025, what happened in 2025? Something amazing happened to me, and it was Galang. So Galang is a Santali word. So Galang is my startup, and it's an augmented reality based AR based applications. And also it's a experiential tourism model. Because the experiential tourism market in India is about 30,000 crore. But when it comes to tribal, like, we don't see any presence of tribal communities in such markets. So so there I decided ki, so there like I thought of it ki, we should also have something like this, like, there are cultural tourists, they visit places, they stay there. So I was thinking, why not us? We have so much rich cultural heritage, we have crafts, we have a music, we have a forest, we have ponds, river, everything like we have. But we are still closed for this cultural tourism and this experiential tourism. And the reason is, and the sole reason is people don't know about us. The first thing, the second thing, even if they know, they do not have how to approach us, how to access to the community, and is it even worth to visit tribal villages and the areas surrounding them. So that was a need, and then I came up with this Galang. So Galang basically means, in Santali, Galang, whenever this women put flower on their head, that is also called Galang. And when we weave something with threads, that is also called Galang. And the lang words, uh, it it describes coming together, bringing together. Lang, ki dila lang, chalo lang, let's go. Huh? And then in Spanish also, the galang means let's go. And in Japanese also, galang means for something very true, something very foundational. So then I chose this word galang, ki let's invite the world to come to our place and explore us. And because that would be, opening the avenues. I mean, that would be opening the economical opportunities for the tribal community, because we do not have any avenues where our people could go and they could they could have that kind of interaction. So that was something that I thought of, and so, but there's a backstory. How Galang happened. There's a backstory. How, from where I did the I did get the inspiration of Galang. Because all these years I was making websites, I was writing articles, I was designing fonts and apps. Everything was helping community. Everything was helping community. But then I thought, ki, okay, at ground level, our people have a very different challenges. You know, the biggest challenge is the economical opportunities. There are very less economical opportunities for our people. And every year, the people from the village, like they have to migrate to other place to work. And that's how like there's a decline of culture because in village, if you see the young peoples are not there, they're moving up to the city to work. And when they are living there, they're growing there, like they're having kids. And like that's how like people gets disconnected from their land also also like gets disconnected from culture. So I would like to share the inspiration behind the Galang because that was the whole idea, the contemporary world. What is the contemporary tribal imaginations? And if it is my imaginations, then what was the inspiration behind my imaginations? So, so yes, so this was the picture of this year. It is from Delhi, Startup Mahakumbh, that was organized by the government of India. And I was very fortunate to get selected by the Ministry of Tribal Affairs to showcase Galang. And along with me, Varsha was also there, and her project was Tribal Wars. So, so yeah, so what was the inspiration behind Galang? Because the reason why I'm telling you why is it worth listening, because during the event I got the three potential investor interested in my projects, because by the time I did not even have a prototype at that time. So without any prototype, just an idea, you know, just just a startup who is completely at the idea phase. So I got three investors interested in my projects, and that was very amazing, because there nearby to our pod there were other startups also, very well established startups. So like they were also very curious uh, why investors got so much interested in you just on the idea itself. So it all happened. All imaginations had happened, and the reason behind those inspirations was the this event. So in 2024, Tribal Design Forum has organized the design and entrepreneurship course at Adivasi Academy, Tejgadh. And I had joined that course because all these years I was just doing my technical things. I was always wanting to do something for my people, to come up with such idea like that could help the community at a very ground level and at a very societal and economical level. So I thought this was a very great opportunity to join this course because it was focused on tribal communities. Uh, the entrepreneurship course was designed in such a way that the tribal community was at the centered. I thought nothing could be more better than this, and this is a golden opportunity. And I'm very glad that I was a part of that board, and I made good friends, very wonderful friends who are still in touch and who are very creative and very helpful. So this was the one thing that gave me a lot of insights, a lot of calculations, like be it mathematics or be it any logical thing for my startup. And then there is the session of TDF, because in 2020 I joined Tribal Design Forum, and at that time I had no idea about the forum, but I was very curious. the- there is such kind of a forum exists. So I designed and I joined every session. I just used to stay silent during the session initially, but I got to learn so much thing because all these years I was living in Bhasha. I never went out like for studies. So I know I have a limited perception, I have a limited exposure, and when so something is very much needed, to open up my vision and and to broaden my horizon of thinking. So then I joined the Tribal Design Forum, and the session helped me a lot. And then I came to know that design is not about just creating good looking object. Design is a problem solving approach. So this was the first thing that I got to learn, because earlier I used to think that design is just like making, just like making a good looking thing, just like I'm making fonts and just like making posters, rangoli. These are design. But then I came to know and understand that design is a problem solving approach, and it's not just to make good looking objects. It's the approach. And I also came to understand that designers around the world, because Tribal Design Forum is a community of huge designers from around the world. Like every weekend, like the guests from around the world, they come and they share their experiences. So yeah, so the designers like around the world, they are creating economic opportunities and social impact using design, and they were bringing a lot of change to their community, to their country even. So I would like to share, the some of uh, some of the these screenshots and the work of tribal designers. These are tribal designers from across the globe who came to a Tribal Design Forum, and they shared their work and kind of inspired us. So uh, the whole purpose of sharing this works of other tribal designers, like, is to uh, just we could be able to see the impact and the kind of work other tribal designers are doing around the world, because they also have a similar problem like the tribal communities in here. But we also need to know what are their approaches, and what differences they are bringing in, and how they are bringing, how they're imagining their culture, their traditions in today's context. So that was something very important. So the first one is from Northern Training. This is Bethany Yanutel, textile designer, and this is also Jerry Yezi. So you can see the designs. These designs, the colors are inspired from the cultures, but the forms are very different. It is very contemporary. And I'll move to the next. And there was this Tanya jewelry. So the jewelry, the design of jewelry, it portrays, the symbolical representation of their community, but it is more in a very contemporary form. Uh, just let me put charger to my laptop. I think. Okay. So then there is Shemi and the work of the stage. He also shared his work with Tribal Design Forum. So these are all done by tribal designers, and all the designs and the patterns, things that you're seeing on the screen, they're all inspired from their culture, their tradition, but they're more present in a very contemporary form. In fashion, like there is Lauren, and the furniture, I I did not even imagine like the furniture could be designed, by with indigenous inspiration. So then I had the question in my mind when, when I used to join the session, he, can the skills and design approaches contribute to the economical and cultural growth of tribal communities in India? Is it possible, like the kind of work they are doing there? And is it possible that we, in our country also, the tribal community could also adopt such practices, such styles, and do such kind of work here? And then, and yeah, this I got to learn a lot from the tribal and indigenous designer and creative professionals around the world. And this is just a figure. There had been like 172 sessions I attended, uh, and it was, and I spent 136 weeks, and the speakers were from around 31 countries. So uh, I remember like during the startup event, one of the investors asked me, Shyam, like you did not like have any educational background in design and in business management, like where did you learn such things? Like when they were interacting with me, they told me, you sound very different. You sound very global. Your perspectives are very different. So like this was a reason. I I told I told her, we are a part of tribal design forums, and there are every week there is an interaction with the women experts from across the globe, and they bring their own expertise, and they also bring the opportunity to learn from them, and to get inspired from them. And like this is the Jeffa Greenaway, and he he was the one like who designed the cricket Australia, I think, a stadium in Australia. And there was a one quote which I still remember very vividly. He said, "The indigenous peoples are the first designer of world." So that was very powerful. That was very powerful. And then I took a moment and I thought, how in my community also the old CP script, it was designed by a person, okay, who was not a designer, who was not an engineer, and who was not an artist. He was just simply a person. But he could come up, but he could come up with such idea, of creating a script, designing a script, and then making dramas, stories, to spread to spread that work. And whatever the identity of Santals right now is all because of his work. So that thing, like, it's really very true. The indigenous peoples are the first designers of the world, and design is like in their blood. They just have to, explore and know. Yeah. So moving on. Then there is Vanda de la Costa. She was the first native person, like who had this architect degree. And there is Ted Kovala from USA. He showcased us the urban planning in an indigenous context, keeping the values of indigenous knowledge system. How can someone design, the city, the urban place, everything? And there's a chef Shaw from USA. It was his dish inspired from his traditional tribal foods, and I forgot the name of the restaurant, where like it's available. But that is one of the most premium and costly dish. So yeah, and there is Peter Black from Typothic, with whom I collaborated for the OGK project. And Peter, uh, Peter and his organization Typothic did a November project. The project name was November. The project did, I mean, the project designed a typeface of all the scripts around the world, you know, like kind of making a uniform design for all the scripts. And I think for his work in 2024, the Typothic got the prestigious Red Dot Award. And yeah, so I was very fortunate enough to work with him on the OGK. Then there is Subhash from Nepal. I think I'm taking us so much time, so I'll just this just playing the video. I won't be able to describe of each slide because that would take a lot of time. But all the works that you are seeing, you know, is all in a very contemporary forms. The designer is tribal. The inspiration behind is a tribal tradition, tribal culture. And there is Metaverse of Evelyn Mora. And I think that also inspired Varsha for Tribal Verse. She was also selected for a Startup Mahakumbh event, and she also got a very interested investors for her project. But again, like these all work of people outside India. Where is the work of tribal designers in India? Are we aware of them, or are we even aware of like what they do? What is their work? Yeah, that's the same questions. And here is the first slide of this Karen, like she's from Nagaland. She also came to Tribal Design Forum and share her work. Then there is Aruna Ji. She's very famous, very notable person in Jharkhand when it comes to indigenous foods. And she's learning, and it is her brand from Thankul tribe. I mean, the special thing is the way of making this king chili sauce. It is all very traditional, but they have uh, put it in a more contemporary way, the packaging and the brandings. And this is not something that all the designers did first time. It used to happen. It was a part of their community, but they take it out and they put it in more contemporary ways. So when I'm saying the contemporary face of the tribals, so this is the contemporary face of the tribals. And there is Madan Meenaji, uh, and the designs are inspired from Rathwa tribes, and also the the weaving that is also done by the traditional people of this Rathwa Vuvankos. And this is Shakuntala Marandi. She also a member of Tribal Design Forum. She also shared her work in the TDF, and now uh, now she has also worked on this GI for Santal traditional dress, the photography for Odisha, and these are the this lap fibers, and there is Sonam, you know. So bamboo craft, so like we all know, but the putting it bamboo craft in a very contemporary context is like very amazing to see and very important to the learn the approaches. Okay, this Arak, who is using He's using clay art, to portray the story of the Garo tribe. And there's a skillet. Now he's using toy as a medium to, express like their stories. And this all works while, while it is regenerating, these the values of the culture. But at the same time, they're also creating an economical opportunities for the community. And this is Alan. Alan also got to work with Gulzar and this Varun Grover's film. I forgot the name. I'm sorry. Then when it comes to this illustrations, also like we have amazing people to get inspiration from. And each one's sharing stories, of their region, stories of what's happening there and bringing to the world. And this is Marina. There's a misconception in the world that people think tribal people of as a people like who lives in past. People of no people like who uh, do not have much relevance in the present world. And they don't belong to the future, present. They're just people from past and very old. But when I get to when I got to see the work of what the tribal designers in India like they are doing, I like it got me fueled up. Hey, wow, and something amazing like can be done. And there is Krishna Baputi, his animation is very amazing. Like he portrayed one of the folk song of Chari tribes. And Vipul is also a TDF member, and his designs to do work. And yeah. And then at the end this is Ganshila. This is Ganshila. This is a forest, where the Santal people lives, where my people lives. And this has been a homeland to more than 1 lakh Santals. And a stories that's passed down to generation. I don't know how old is the story is, but the culture is still here. Everything is still here. And what I need to do, what I think, what I can do as someone who understand things, who have exposure to other things, and who belongs to the same community, someone should do something because otherwise the things, I mean, the culture, the traditions, like it was falling very rapidly. A lot of problems are creating. So it is a time to to raise up and do something. And that's how like the galang hit me. You know, the galang came up to my mind. Okay, let's go along. Let's go along. Let's put all the things together. Let's weave. Let's so let's do everything what I have understood till now. You know. So then I thought, okay, I will develop Galang and I will rock the world from Gachila and the Santa people, absolutely. So this is the like end of my presentations, and this is what I wanted to show. The contemporary face of the community, like be it like I showed you in my earlier slide of Orang tribes in Odisha, and the works of the tribal peoples, designers across the globe, and also in India. So these were the things that inspired me, and the reason, the reason of how I came up with Galang. So yeah, that's it. That's nice. And at the end, thank you. And Jahar, over to you, Swati. I hope I did not take much time.
Thank you so much, Shyam, for sharing your remarkable journey by blending Santhal heritage with
Swati,
cutting edge technology.
I'm sorry. I would like to interrupt you, but
Yes.
Yeah, let me say one more thing, which I wanted to say in the beginning of the presentations. In Santali, there's a folk song. So I'll not sing definitely, but I'll just tell. Ing leka ing tahen, am leka mem tahen, peda peda balang report, peda peda balang nyepelu, peda na unordo, ado karen. So that means ki if I be myself, if I remain like myself, and the same time you also stay like yourself, you also be yourselves. We don't talk to each other, we don't share things, we don't share drinks, we don't share talks. Then what is the meaning of being here? What is the meaning of these relationships? So that's a message to the audience and the participants. If they have any kind of message or questions or comment, please feel free to post. And yeah, thank you, Swati.
Thank you so much, Shyam. So much. Your passion for preserving tribal languages and empowering rural students inspires us to build an inclusive future. I'm in awe with this, your inspiring journey with Tribal Design Forum, your dedication to the weekly sessions and the transformative courses and connection with designers and professionals worldwide. Your vision for Galang, bringing tribal worlds to life through augmented reality, is truly groundbreaking. We are all looking forward to it. Your passion fuels a sustainable and inclusive future for tribal heritage. Thank you so much. Now, let's dive into the Q&A to explore your incredible journey. So, sorry. So, Shyam, I wanted to ask, what inspired you to start santhal for the Santhal community?
Yeah, like it said, like during 2013 when I was searching something on internet, कि कुछ टाइप किया गूगल में संथाल के बारे में, and जो कुछ पढ़ा, whatever I got to read was very very disturbing. बहुत अनाप शनाप बातें लिखी गई थी कि संथाल में तो शादी होता ही नहीं है, वहां तो लड़की को ऐसे ही उठा करके लेकर के चल जाते हैं, है ना. So that kind of thing, I got very enriched. कि how can someone write like this, है ना? कि so yeah, तो ऐसे ही मुझे वो reason मिला कि to just dispel the myth about the community. तो उन चीज़ों को ही सही करने के लिए, लोगों को अवेयर करने के लिए कि नहीं, कम्युनिटी ऐसा नहीं है. तो तब मुझे लगा कि आई थॉट कि आई शुड स्टार्ट with something, I should start a website where people could read and get the authentic information. So वो वहां से शुरू हुआ.
Thank you. So, Shyam, आप गलांग के through, what do you want to show to the world?
Galan ke through, actually, the problem right now is कि, I mean, in my backdrop, you can see the picture of Santhal village, and it looks very beautiful. So that's how the all Santhal villages. But people do not know, है ना? People do not know. Whenever they see the picture of Santhal village, they all becomes कि, oh, क्या nice place है, अच्छा जगह है, जाने का है. लेकिन उनको वो एक्सेस मिलता नहीं है, वो नॉलेज इन्फॉर्मेशन है ना, वो मिल नहीं पाता है कि कहाँ जाएं, कैसे जाएं, किस जगह जाएं, और वहां जाकर किससे मिलना है, कहाँ रहना है. तो ये सारी प्रॉब्लम्स है, और कितने दिन के लिए जाएंगे तो क्या मिलेगा, क्या क्या चीजें हैं. तो इतना कुछ कैलकुलेशंस है ना, जो कि जो एक्सपीरियंशियल टूरिज्म वाले लोग हैं, जो उस कैटेगरी के कस्टमर्स हैं ना, जो उनको वो इंफॉर्मेशन मिल नहीं पाता है. और तो उस चीज़ों को ब्रिज करने के लिए, वो इंफॉर्मेशन गैप देने के लिए भी गलांग जरूरी था. और साथ ही साथ गलांग खास इसीलिए है क्योंकि इट्स अ वर्चुअल गाइड. इफ यू हैव प्लेड दिस पोकेमॉन गो, है ना, वेयर आगे में जो पोकेमॉन्स होते हैं वो आपको गाइड करते हैं, प्लेसेस में लेके जाता है. सिमिलरली दिस गलांग विल ऑल्सो बी योर वर्चुअल गाइड. इट विल टेक यू टू द विलेजेस, इट विल टेक यू टू द फॉरेस्ट, एंड वो दिखाएगा आपको कि जंगल में क्या क्या है, जंगल में. एंड यू विल बी एबल टू सी द वर्चुअली द एनिमल्स लाइक दैट हैव गॉन इंस्टिंक्ट्स. और अगर वहां कोई पेड़ भी है तो उस पेड़ का क्या स्टोरीज है. अगर कुछ तालाब भी आप देखते हो, एंड इफ यू लुक एट थ्रू द गलांग ऐप, द तालाब में दिस फिशिंग रॉड विल अपीयर, इट विल टेल यू कि देयर आर दिस काइंड ऑफ फिश अवेलेबल. अभी अभी तालाब में ये मछली है, ये फिश है. अगर आपको कैच करना है तो बगल वाला जो घर है, देयर यू कैन फाइंड अ फिशिंग रॉड and you can rent it for 500 200 rupees or something. So Galang like will be like a virtual guide, and because क्योंकि एक तो कम्युनिकेशन का प्रॉब्लम है, फिर इंफॉर्मेशन नहीं है, लैंग्वेज का भी इशू है कि संथाल बहुत लोग को नहीं आती है, यहाँ लोग को हिंदी नहीं आती है। तो देयर नीड्स टू बी नो कुछ होना चाहिए ऐसे बीच में जो लोगों को गाइड करे और बताए, और लोग कहीं से भी उसको देख सकें और यहाँ आकर के भी देख सकें। तो गलांग बेसिकली ज्यादा फोकस करता है ग्राउंड पे चीजों पे, कि वो आपका ग्राउंड पे आकर के एक वर्चुअल गाइड बने, आपको सब कुछ बताए कि कहाँ क्या है, किसका क्या सिग्निफिकेंस है, किसका क्या रिलेशंस है, वो सारी चीजें आपको वो गलांग बताएगा।
Thank you. Thank you. So we will take one last question with you, Shyam. So, what was it like working with the Typo Tiki on Old Chiki research?
हाँ, सो टाइपोथिक तो आई मीन इट वाज, जब मुझे ये मिला कि टाइपोथिक कुछ काम कर रहा है ऐसा, और वो वो काम करना चाहता है, क्योंकि एक बार जब टाइपोथिक जो इंडिया की टीम है उनको उल्चकी के लिए कोई चाहिए था इंटरव्यू करने के लिए जो काम करा उस पे, like that's how like I like came to know about them, and it was through tribal design forum only, but at that time I was not a member of tribal design forum, है ना। तो वो मुझे फर्स्ट टाइम टाइपोथिक के बारे में सुनने को मिला, बट देन आई बिकेम मेंबर अगेन। देन टाइपोथिक अगेन कॉन्टेक्टेड ट्राइबल डिजाइन फोरम की, डू यू नो समवन जो ऐसा उल्चके में काम करता है। देन ट्राइबल डिजाइन फोरम रेफर्ड टू मी, दे गिव माय रेफरेंस। देन आई स्पोक टू पीटर। और टाइपोथिक के साथ काम करना, बिकॉज टाइपोथिक ने बहुत बड़े बड़े काम किए हैं, चाहे हिंदी फॉन्ट्स को लेकर के हो, गूगल में पॉपिंस जो है उनका, दैट इज अनदर लेवल है। फिर जो अहमदाबाद में जो आईटीएफ है, इंडियन टाइप टाइप फाउंड्री, पीटर उसका भी फाउंडर रह चुका है। एंड जो टाइपोथिक एंड रेड डॉट बॉडी है वो लोग, एंड जब उन्होंने अप्रोच किया कि काम करना है साथ में, तो बहुत ही अच्छा था और बहुत पेशेंसफुल थे वो। जो उनके रिक्वायरमेंट्स उन्होंने सब कुछ बता दिया था कि ये मेरे ऐसे रिक्वायरमेंट्स हैं, जैसे हमारा ये हमारा इंटेंशन है। सबसे अच्छी चीज क्या थी कि वो वो नहीं चाहते थे जो उनका इंटेंशन था, जो जो रिजल्ट वो चाहते थे, वो चाहते थे कि जो कम्युनिटी को ठीक लगता है। ये सबसे बड़ी चीज थी कि पीटर आस्क्ड मी कि लाइक डज इट फील राइट फॉर कम्युनिटी, कि क्या ऐसे लोग लिखते हैं, लोग इस तरीके से लिखते हैं, है ना। राइट टू कि हाँ यस पीपल ऐसे लोग लिखते हैं, इट्स वेरी फैमिलियर, ऐसा कुछ एलियन नहीं हो रहा है संताल्स के लिए आप जो भी डिजाइन कर रहे हो, इट्स वेरी, वो बहुत ज्यादा मिलता जुलता है, एंड ये बहुत अच्छा भी है। सो वो चीज था, जो अप्रोच था टाइपो टाइपोटेक का, वो काफी सेंसिटिव थे, मतलब कम्युनिटी को लेकर के भी।
Shyam, but I have one last question. So, how can we support tribal tech projects like yours for sustainable future?
तो गलांग को सपोर्ट करने, मतलब गलांग को सपोर्ट करने के लिए, कोई भी अगर गलांग को सपोर्ट करना चाहेगा, चाहे वो फाइनेंशियली हो, चाहे वो, है ना, चाहे वो इंटेलेक्चुअली हो, तो गलांग को हेल्प करने के लिए आपको पहले गलांग को जानना होगा कि गलांग क्या कर रहा है। गलांग बहुत कम्युनिटी सेंटर्ड है, ये कोई एक पर्सन बेस्ड नहीं है या फिर एक कम्युनिटी बेस्ड नहीं है। ऑल्दो द पायलट प्रोजेक्ट जो है इसका वो घाटशिला में है और संताल के ऊपर है, लेकिन जो उसका स्कोप है वो बहुत बड़ा है, और इसमें पूरे इंडिया के जितने भी ट्राइबल्स हैं वो भी हैं। तो गलांग को जो भी सपोर्ट करना चाहते हैं, वो गलांग के बारे में और जानिए, और कम्युनिटी को भी और जानिए, आप कम्युनिटी को भी सपोर्ट कीजिए। आप जितना ज़्यादा कम्युनिटी को सपोर्ट करेंगे, गलांग भी उतना ही ज़्यादा और स्ट्रांग होता जाएगा। और अगर आपके पास, अगर आप इन्वेस्टर बनना चाहते हैं, तो भी आप गलांग को ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं। या
Thank you so much, Shyam, again, for your inspiring insights and for showing us how technology can amplify Santhal and tribal heritage through santhal and Galang and the old Chiki fonts. So your dedication to culture and community lights the way for a sustainable future. So thank you so much. Now we will move on to the announcements, and we carry forward your message, your journey with us together through this month-long edition of Tribal Futures 2.0. Tribal Futures is the outcome of over 4 years of resolute effort by the Tribal Design Forum to bring tribal professionals together, united by the shared dream of imagining and designing tribal futures together. This year, we are honored to have the Adivasi Academy Tejgadh, Bhasha Research and Publication Center, Baroda, and GreenHub as our partner in this journey. Dear friends, welcome once again to second edition of Tribal Futures throughout August. We invite you to join us daily for conversations with remarkable tribals and indigenous minds from all over India and beyond. So thank you
Swati,
so much, Shyam.
Swati,
Yeah,
I think there is one question in the comment box.
I am actually unable to see the question.
Okay, then we can, when we can wrap up the session and change the conversation.
So for tomorrow, our sessions will be tomorrow. Our session will be live on YouTube. All our sessions will be live on YouTube at 7 p.m. on weekdays and at 3 p.m. and 7 p.m. on weekends. We hope you will listen, reflect, and engage with these inspiring voices that carry our histories and shape our future. Tribal Design Forum had started as a community for only designers and creative professionals from various tribes of India in 2021, with the purpose to explore how design could benefit tribal communities in India. Since then, TDF has evolved into a vibrant space for tribal professionals from all disciplines to exchange ideas, engage, and collaborate towards imagining tribal futures. We invite one and all students and professionals, tribals and non tribals, to join Tribal Design Forum as a member or a patron to fuel exciting journey of designing tribal futures. All information regarding the joining process can be found on the website tribaldesignforum.com. See you tomorrow for the upcoming sessions. Kindly find the details for the next sessions in our website. The event calendar for the month is up, and you could choose to attend the sessions of your liking to discover the world of tribes in transition. Thank you.